I found disability interesting.
Derek can't communicate nonverbal with cerebral palsy.
When I met Derek, I sat in the class with him and provided communication support.
Facilitators were doing this thinking they were giving people the ability to be able to communicate.
She looked at Derek and said, "Do you want me to tell him?"
She said, yes, we have made love.
Then he said, I've dreamed about this.
She was having conversations with herself.
Anna is a pathological liar and narcissist.
I'm not guilty of the crime.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to CRWS. The date is April 27th, 2026. We are doing a study discussion on this documentary called Tell Them You Love Me. A horrifically fascinating documentary, which reveals just the evilness, the vileness, the brilliantly deceptive nature some white supremacists operate within the system. Case in point, Anna Stubblefield, who used, from my observation, from the moment she met Derek, she was going to rape him. So, from the moment she met him, she was going to rape him. I think what we observed here is an example, some just grooming, but the person is not a toddler, but it is this person is still a child, a victim of racism, but a victim of racism with severe mental disabilities. Literally has cerebral palsy and is clinically mentally retarded. So, and this white supremacist woman still thought it was a good idea to rape him. Very, very evil example of the things that happen on this planet. I'm going to pause there to see if other folks want to share some observations they may have made.
This is on the level of Mary Kay Letourneau. He did it. I was a child. This man literally cannot do things in the abstract, and you are making up stuff. It's not like manipulating a child who can run away. This person couldn't run away if he wanted to. Her first victim got away from her. That's why she hunted this one. She wanted somebody who couldn't run away. That's what I'm.
Thank you, Ms. Action. Yes. She does not deserve to exist. And what you said reminded me of how she went about practicing white supremacy. She literally found this victim of racism, renamed him, called him D-Man. I don't know what that D stands for, but I did not refer to him as Derek Johnson that much in this documentary. Called him by the pet name she gave him. An excellent observation to point out that this is her second documented rape victim. She was so-called married to a black male. And we saw during the court case that he called her a pathological liar and a narcissist. So we already can gather that she was destroying that poor black male's mind and just mistreating him and just making his existence even more miserable than it already was prior to her capturing him and raping him and obliterating his mind. Anywho, that was the first victim. He got away, like Miss Action said, and so her next victim is a person who literally cannot get away, who cannot even walk by himself. Horrific, evil. EJ, go ahead. I didn't catch that.
I said I was agreeing. She's horrible, man. I should have gave her 12 consecutive years instead of concurrent.
It didn't even matter because she got out in 2, and they came together. The judges came together, as they do, and they released her. They probably, some more powerful white supremacists read the docket and were like, what? She raped a black male who was mentally retarded? What the hell is she doing in prison? What? Get her out of there. What? Who cares about a black male, let alone a retarded one? Get her out of there. I'm sure that was kind of, but that's why she's out. You know, a literal convicted rapist got out. And now she's living in a better house than, you know, most of the people who watch this video will probably ever own. You know, rapist, felon, right? Still living good, eating good, still very powerful. Say again. Precisely. But in the system of white supremacy, what she has done here has only taught more white supremacists on, hey, if you want to do what I did, this documentary out there, you can watch it and just don't make the mistakes I made. You know, she's getting glory. She's smiling, and there she is like, you know, the white supremacists have like a lot of fun creating characters like the Joker and like all these villains who do horrible things. But like then we look at reality and we have people like her, Anna Stubblefield, and you know the notorious Miss Mary, and it's just wow. The system sucks. Produce justice should be the goal. Should be the reason why we do anything, really. You know, it should be, the goal should be justice, or else we're just gonna be living on the planet, or existing. This is not living. Existing on a planet with freaks like this who should not exist. I should not have to be on a planet with people who want to rape kids. That just should not. It shouldn't happen. I should also not be on a planet with seemingly surrounded by people who are okay with the reality that in this system people rape and kill kids, and we're not going to do anything about it. There's only a few people who are even willing enough to tell the truth about what's going on here and say the solution to this is to guarantee that this cannot happen by guaranteeing no one's allowed to be mistreated, and the people who need help the most receive constructive help. And the people who are against this concept of justice, maybe those people shouldn't exist either, because we need peace on this planet. We don't need these infinite battles going on, this infinite destruction, the loss of people and creatures. You know, we need to stop being pathetic and pitiful, and you know, take I don't know, use this awesome planet for its constructive value, because right now it's not being used for its utmost constructive value if we are still observing and having to report on stuff like this going on. Any more commentary before I end this recording? Yeah, that's a great point. Sue the entire Syracuse institution, everyone involved, and I did. I think that Miss Daisy, says some really profound and tragic things. She commented on like the new problem. Like she, first of all, she already has a offspring who needs a lot of help. He needs help walking, taking care of himself, everything. He just needs a lot of help, right? This white supremacist rapes him. She wants us to believe it was love, which is impossible. There's no love on this planet where this is happening. So she rapes this black male, and he's already at a huge disadvantage mentally, and it produces not only more problems from him, but problems for Daisy, the mom. Now he has like an itch he can't satisfy because before interacting with this racist, he had no the concept of like certain sensations were unknown to him. Now that he's been raped multiple times by this white woman, he has experienced new sensations, and he's craving these sensations, and he's presenting behaviors that the mom is having to deal with now, and it's just ridiculous. It just should not happen. And this white woman is just a perfect example of like just a white supremacist who's just what they do: go around and spread chaos, confusion, and leave misery and problems in their wake. They've been doing this for a very, 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 very long time, and it's up to the non-white people and the white people who are actually not racist, if such exists, to help us to put a stop to all this tacky and trashy ugliness on the planet, because it's a bit much at this point. Before I wrap up, gonna pause, see if folks want to share. Wait, talk about the one who eventually like said that he doesn't think she was communicating. He thinks she was having conversations with herself. That guy.
He's basically, yes, he's basically.
I see. When I was watching it, I was like, Well, first I didn't believe her, and then I'm thinking, she's just projecting onto this immensely disabled prisoner of war. She's projecting like everything she desires, and man, she's just putting it on this this vessel, and then it was just very horrific thing that she did, and the effect it has had on like the brother and the mom. The mom just you can see what it has done to the mom, and I do appreciate her like willingness to like share with the world, like, you know, the results of this white woman who at first she believed that this white woman was gonna, like, you know, like this white woman came in with like, you know, I'm gonna like move mountains for you, I'm gonna help your family, I'm gonna help Derek, you know, but you know, white supremacists, racism, white supremacy 101. You have to understand the system functions on deception. First and foremost, deception and a lot of violence. And we observed Derek to experience and to be like, raped. It's one of the, if not one of the greatest forms of violence next to death, is to be raped. So this is a very, very violent and dangerous woman, Anna Stubblefield, and there are many of her kind who frequent and who work in education. Teachers, you can just literally Google, teacher arrested, and it's most likely going to be a white teacher. Women are her man, and they're just it's a very noticeable, traceable behavior pattern of white men and women raping children. How long will non-white people allow this to happen on planet Earth? How long will the white people who so-called do not support the rape of children, the murder of children, how long will those white people allow this to happen on this planet? We will see. Don't have any more comments. I do have something I typed on my notes, actually. Let me see if I said this already. Oh yeah, she's gonna do great things. She was gonna do great things, and from her perspective, I know she thinks she did great things. And now she has she has many supporters. She received glory from her racist aggression. All right, I don't think we are we action, EJ. Y'all good? No more things to say? Can I end the recording?
Yes, I'm done.
Hey, groovy. All right, y'all. Please go to producejustice.com. Secure your copy of the United Independent Pacific Coast Concept. And yeah, let's actually produce justice. This is CRW signing out.